offered.
Mardi side to Mardi Gras, and that pretty much takes place on Fat Tuesday in the French Quarter. There's a socially elite style, the private tableau balls, which are used for the debutantes to be presented. But the real public celebration is fairly much limited to the final 12 days of the festival. And that's the period in which we have some 50 parades in a 12-day period.
We've all seen parades on television, but a Mardi Gras parade is completely different. It is an interactive event between the float riders who shower the crowd with plastic beads and the thousands lining the parade route, catching anything and everything they can.
When you see a parade in other places and everybody's standing there and they're not throwing anything, why would you go to that? Who cares?
Every holiday has its symbol. Christmas has its tree. Easter has its painted eggs. And Thanksgiving has its turkey. Mardi Gras is defined by beads, billions of them. They come in bright colors at various lengths. And although beads may be synonymous with Mardi Gras in America, they actually arrive in bulk from the Orient.
Of course, what's so essential about them is it turns our parades into crowd participation events. And people really scramble for them, and they're very prized items in that moment. In June, you probably couldn't get a penny for a bag of them, but in the heat of the moment, they're like gold.
The beads that were collected during the parade become collateral for thousands of small negotiations.
How about these beads?
I got two, so I'll need that.
Beads are currency, and flesh is the commodity. It is supply and demand at its finest. The rich get richer, but at least the poor get to watch.
I'm here to see a little thing called the breast. It comes in pairs. I take these, take them from my neck, and I put them around the breast of a young female with a nice set of breasts.
Every parade is unique, but they all have one thing in common: marching bands. For 12 days, the streets of New Orleans are transformed into an extended halftime show. Here, almost everyone can hold a note and keep the beat. The parades that march through the streets and the formal balls held around the city are all sponsored by private groups of citizens, clubs that call themselves crews.
A crew is a generic term for any carnival organization. Crews usually stage some sort of a ball and or a parade. And a New Orleans crew is spelled with a K, K-R-E-W-E. And that goes back to the first crew, the Mystic Crew of Comus. They coined the word crew in 1857. And they used a K just to kind of give it an old English sound.
The success of Comus paved the way for creation of other organizations in the late 1800s. Rex has had the most lasting impact.
Rex is the oldest day parade, founded in 1872, and Rex has given us so many traditions. Rex really gave us the colors of Carnival, purple, green, and gold, the anthem of Carnival, which is If Ever I Cease to Love. It's just been, I think, almost the international symbol of Mardi Gras in New Orleans. Even though Mardi Gras is more than Rex, it has come to symbolize all of Carnival.
Many of the New Orleans crews make no apologies for their lack of political correctness. Getting into Rex is harder than joining an exclusive country club. To become a member, you have to be male and almost always a distinguished New Orleanian.
Let them have fun!
Due to strict regulations handed down from the 1800s, most members cannot appear in public without their traditional mask.
Rex, as almost all carnival organizations is by tradition a secret organization. And it's part of the lore and the mystery of Carnival.
I think they have a secret committee that are probably composed of the officers and board, and they choose the members.
Jack Weinman has ridden with Rex since 1950. He was a prominent New Orleans attorney before going to Washington to serve in the Bush administration. In 1996, he was asked to reign as Rex, King of Carnival. Being Rex is the highest honor that can be bestowed upon a citizen of New Orleans.
I was absolutely thrilled and surprised. I had not expected, had no inkling of it, and had never really thought that I might be chosen.
To join me in the toast with John Giffen Weinman, Rex, 1996. Hail Rex!
You're supposed to say, no, I've got to ask my wife first, but I didn't.
Another crew with a long and storied history is Zulu. The Zulu organization was formed at the turn of the century, but did not parade until 1909. The all-black crew was named after a fierce African tribe. Although they are now integrated, their signature blackface and grass skirts are still a staple of Carnival today.
What the purpose of the organization was to organize themselves for fun, merriment among its members, to take care of its sick, burial of its dead, and to bring members together in bond and friendship.
Happy Mardi Gras. A lot of women get on our time because we're an all-male organization. We look at it as being a fraternity. We're a fraternity of men, but we don't exclude any men. Black, white, tall, short, educated, uneducated.
The waiting list right now, I think it's like 5 years to actually become a member of our organization.
Nick Harris has been a member of Zulu since 1986. A lifelong resident of New Orleans, Nick teaches college economics for a living.
I'm on float number 16, Zulu, on the right-hand side, okay?
But his true passion is volunteering his time to Zulu as head of the public relations department.
The former kings and queens of Zulu.
We have several generations here, from grandfathers to fathers to sons. My son was a page in 1996. He's 10 years old now. He loves Mardi Gras. He loves Zulu. We speak Zulu often. And hopefully he will become a Zulu member.
Are you ready to start the absolute best parade in New Orleans?
In 1993, a parade began to roll that has become one of the most highly anticipated events of the Carnival season.
How old am I? I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I've been to that many Mardi Gras.
How's it going? Good. How you doing?
Local drama teacher Sonny Beret is one of the driving forces behind the rapid rise of this newest super crew. But it was a collaboration between a teacher and a student that brought Orpheus, the god of music, to life.
Harry Connick Jr. contacted Sonny Bory, who had taught Harry in high school, and told him that he wanted to start a Mardi Gras parade, and which, sounds like a Judy Garland thing, let's put on a play.
Well, I immediately thought, well, Harry, are you sure you have it all there? This is a hard thing to do. I would not want to be connected with something that wasn't first class. But we worked on it over a couple of months, and it all came to fruition that following year.
After all the years of Mardi Gras, finally, Mardi Gras is for everybody. Not black, not white, not men, not women. We one city.
Parades to me are nothing more than theater on wheels. And a Mardi Gras parade to me is nothing more than theater. It's like doing maybe 4 shows at one time.
It's the opportunity to just release yourself and just be whomever you want to be.
It embraces every class, every race, and it always has.
In New Orleans, perhaps more than anywhere, the mature adults have held on to their youth. By day, they are lawyers, teachers, and local merchants. By night, they form secret organizations to plan lavish balls and exotic parades so they can dress in colorful costumes and throw trinkets to millions of strangers.
About 128,000 people participated in the parades, 981 floats, 586 bands.
But Mardi Gras is not just a spontaneous party. It is dictated by a series of unwritten rules that have been passed down through generations. Rule number 1, don't take yourself too seriously. Rule number 2, dress accordingly. Rule number 3, pace yourself. Rule number 4, no violence or you will be immediately arrested. Rule number 5, if you have beads, you can trade them for a look at these. Rule number 6, everything ends at midnight on Fat Tuesday.
Show your Bible.
But oddly enough, the world's greatest party is based in religion.
It always starts on January 6th, which is the Feast of the Epiphany. That's when the carnival season begins, and carnival is from the Latin carnivale, meaning farewell to flesh.
The roots of the carnival season can be traced back to the Middle Ages in Europe.
When the church was becoming powerful, a lot of their converts still had some heathen, pagan ways. And can't beat them, let's join them. So the connection to the church is very definite, and basically it's a time we party, and then we kind of pay for it or do our penance starting on Ash Wednesday and beginning of Lent.
Lent is about sacrifice, giving up something dear for the 40 days leading to Easter. And while churchgoers look to their archbishop for leadership, the members of the crew of Orpheus look to Sonny Bourret for fun.
Are we ready for Orpheus 5?
Are they in order?
I'm called the captain of Orpheus. The captain is responsible for the theme of the parade, from executing, making sure all the floats are in line with that theme, the ball that takes place afterwards, the celebrities, you name it, whatever takes place with the parade or the ball, the captain is ultimately responsible for it.
It's now the final 2 days of the carnival season. In the next 48 hours, the biggest and the best of the Mardi Gras parades will roll through the city of New Orleans. Elaborate tractor-drawn floats are the centerpiece of every Mardi Gras parade, as they have been for over 120 years.
The first documented float parade was in 1857 with the first carnival organization called the Mystic Crew of Comus. Why a float? I'm not really sure, except that it was almost a moving tableau, almost a play on wheels.
Floats have evolved into technological wonders that require extensive design and construction.
Floats today need to carry a lot more people, a lot more weight. There's animation on them, there's high-tech lighting, and we have to work year-round to get all these floats ready.
Brian Kern is a third-generation float builder. In 1947, his father established the Blaine Kern Company with 6 Mardi Gras floats. Today, the company owns over 400 floats, which are rented out to the various New Orleans crews.
There are about 50 crews in the New Orleans area. Out of the 50, about 15 actually own their floats. The other 35 rent floats from us.
Float rentals can range from $2,000 to $5,000, depending on how elaborate the design. And with an average of 20 floats per parade, the price of marching can be very high.
This year we're introducing a lot of fiber optics into Mardi Gras, and one float for the crew of Orpheus, the Leviathan, is going to have about $200,000 worth of lighting.
It seemed ideal to have a long float, like a dragon. Then thinking about that and working that through over the years, it seemed like having a sea serpent added more to the mythological aspect, and so therefore the Leviathan was born.
There is a practical side to float building as well. By law, a Mardi Gras parade cannot stop. So no matter how elaborate the design, they all need a bathroom.
They're hidden in the design of the float. You'll see every float will have either something that looks like a tree trunk or a pillar or something in the center or at the back, and there's a door that you get in.
Happy Mardi Gras!
The Orpheus floats begin to arrive at the New Orleans Convention Center 8 hours before parade time. There, dozens of volunteers mobilize.
It should be right in there.
The biggest job by far is unloading trinkets by the truckload that will be thrown along the parade route.
Our float has the best throws of all Mardi Gras. I know we do. Hands down.
Son,
I take a piece with you? Sure.
Although Orpheus is only 5 years old, it has become a celebrity-studded event. This year, producer Quincy Jones, actor Forrest Whitaker, author Anne Rice, and Broadway star Tommy Tune will rule their own floats.
It's a gumbo, man. It's a human gumbo. And that's emotional, ritualistic gumbo. That's what it feels like.
Let's get the signboards on. We're not pulling out until that sound system is done, all right?
As parade time nears for the crew of Orpheus, Sonny makes final preparations. Meanwhile, hundreds of crew members are putting the finishing touches on their costumes.
They're always different. They're meant to match the float. I don't know, the trousers I think are made more for men. They're a little bit harder for us women, but we still deal with them.
Front, but it doesn't do us
I know,
much good.
I know. That zip in the front just doesn't do much, but...
3 hours before parade time, Sonny gathers the crew of Orpheus for a final pep talk.
We're gonna rock and roll!
And we are reminded once again of Mardi Gras ties to religion.
We always ask our God to bless us as we go out tonight. And I'm gonna ask Father Tom Hoffman to lead us in a prayer.
Give us a safe ride this night. Allow us to be happy and wonderful and loving people to the people of New Orleans. We ask this in the name of Jesus Christ the Lord. Amen.
It's an hour before parade time, and all the pieces are in place. With the setting sun casting its golden light, the crew of Orpheus is towed through New Orleans to the Garden District, where the parade will begin.
New Orleans has always had what is called a Mardi Gras attitude. New Orleans Mardi Gras is so special. A lot of other cities have tried to imitate New Orleans Mardi Gras, and I'm not sure that's possible.
After 11 months, 28 days, and 20 hours of preparation, Orpheus, the god of music, has reached the parade route. There is time for one last break before rolling into history. As the sun sets on the New Orleans skyline, the flambeau torches are lit. And at 8:02, it's party time for Sonny and the crew of Orpheus.
You're working. Your job is to get as many beads as possible to as many people as quickly as possible.
People out there are begging for trinkets that are absolutely worthless, but just must have them that particular time, and you're just granting their wish, man.
It's almost surreal, because all you can see is a sea of faces and hands, and everybody's yelling.
I'm having the ride of a lifetime.
Clear the whole ball out of us, and I'm losing my goddamn voice. Put that one on the goddamn show.
In its simplest form, the Orpheus Parade is actually an elaborate carpool to transport the members of Orpheus from their parade staging area to their own lavish party at the New Orleans Convention Center.
And all of these people dressed in their very expensive formal wear start acting like everybody you just saw on the street. There's bands playing, there's music going on, there's drink, there's food. And ladies in beaded gowns are on guys' shoulders, yelling and screaming for beads, and you're just pelting them. Because these are your people, these are your guests.
Every year, things seem to get better and better and better. And this year just turned out to be absolutely wonderful and fantastic.
It's the perfect ending to an incredible night of partying, as Harry Connick Jr. and other musicians play to a crowd of over 5,000 people. And there's still 24 hours of Mardi Gras left to go.
Yeah, you're right.
States. Like a foreign country, it really is. It just has its own personality. It dances by its own drummer.
Every Mardi Gras, millions make the pilgrimage to New Orleans, a modern city with an old world feel. The French Quarter is the heart of New Orleans, and it is here that the city's European heritage is most obvious. Geographically, the French Quarter makes up only a tiny percentage of New Orleans, but it is ground zero for hundreds of thousands of partygoers.
I'm from London, England.
I'm from Orlando, Florida.
Linwood, New Jersey.
I came down from Mobile and enjoyed the Mardi Gras.
We're here for the educational experience of Mardi Gras.
I came to visit some people in Florida, and we're catching the plane here in New Orleans. Thought we'd stop by and see how it's going.
I'm here because I'm local. I live here. I'm the state senator from this area.
It's a class field trip. We're going to be tested on when we get home.
Okay.
The history, what it means to us.
It will not end till midnight. You'll have the state police and the city police will come through here at midnight with the police cars and the sirens shutting everything down on Fat Tuesday, and then it's over. But from now until then, it's no holds barred. Everything's free.
Welcome to the best street dedicated to bourbon in the whole United States of America.
Bourbon Street, the most infamous street in the French Quarter, is a year-round street party. There is no open container law, so people wander from bar to bar drinking alcohol from Go Cups.
What's going on, man?
On Bourbon Street, everyone is an actor in the elaborate play called Mardi Gras.
Try to get the priorities in order, people. It's Bible, Bible, Bible time.
Mardi Gras is not only a huge party, it reflects the exuberant diversity of New Orleans. And that's why it's so beloved by so many people. What Carnival opens up is a world of creativity and fantasy. It's not only the day. The true magic of it lies in what I call a perpetual calendar of fantasy, of preparation, enactment, and of memory.
I can remember when I was 5 and 6 years old, take the little red wagon and put somebody in it and put on some costumes of sorts, and we would have a parade in front of the house.
I used to go with my father to load the float in Rex's den. And one day I've always said that I wish I could be on the float one day.
I was 5 years old, and there was I thought a gorgeous, maybe a 6-year-old little girl who was a page to the king on the float. And I fell in love, and the next day cut her picture out of the paper and kept it till I was about 12 years old.
Maybe I was 6 or 7, and I'd climb up on the lamppost and I'd plant myself, and I'd stand there, and I'd dress as a fireman or a cowboy or something, and the trick was to use the hat to catch the beads or whatever.
My father, when I was a kid, he had the station where he loaded up all the kids in the neighborhood, and we'd come down here to play hide and go seek on the floats. Great place to play hide and go seek.
Every year, countless new memories of Mardi Gras are created as the party has grown in both popularity and size.
No one knows how many people come to Mardi Gras because we don't sell tickets. The only thing we do know is nearly $1 billion is annually pumped into the economy because of Mardi Gras.
With an annual influx of over 5 million people during Mardi Gras, the city of New Orleans needs to prepare. Their first order of business is to grant parade permits for the numerous New Orleans crews. Then, there is attending to the needs of a population dedicated to drinking. Over 2,000 portable bathrooms are set up around the city. Then, the city of New Orleans sets up a battle plan to deploy the 1,200 men and women of the New Orleans police force.
We have seen over the last several years where crime actually goes down during Mardi Gras. Even the criminals, to a certain extent, are distracted from their normal day-to-day duties and responsibilities by the festivities that are going on.
Since they're often outnumbered 100 to 1, New Orleans' finest need an advantage in unruly crowd situations. The parties in the French Quarter and along the parade routes make police cars almost obsolete. This is where horses enable the police to respond quickly and with a better view of any disturbance. In the private sector, shops and businesses also need to prepare. Along Bourbon Street, excess is a necessity. Truckloads of kegs, boatloads of seafood, and enough aspirin to handle over 1 million hangovers. Because of the thousands of partygoers who pack Bourbon Street throughout Mardi Gras, many local hotels have adopted unique forms of crowd control.
This hotel becomes literally a war zone. It is a prison. We come in, we do everything from locking up the windows of the hotels. We grease the poles and go up to the balconies to make sure people don't go up there.
As the party continues to rock Bourbon Street, the men and women of the New Orleans Police Department are watching closely. On first glance, a 6-block street filled with over 200,000 people in various stages of intoxication would seem like a problem. But the New Orleans police have it well under control.
Temperate enforcement is the way I would describe it. With the crowds this massive, the type of atmosphere that you have during Mardi Gras, that party type of attitude, you would be doing yourself a disservice if you went out there and tried to really play hardball with people. Now, that's not what this is all about. We're out there to maintain order and first and foremost to ensure that people enjoy themselves and they remain injury-free.
Police do not enter this battle without a plan. 10 officers are deployed at each corner of Bourbon Street. They're in constant communication with mounted police and other field units. Their goal, maintain order.
Any type of violent confrontation where someone could get hurt, we address immediately with an arrest.
Why did you smack the horse? Don't walk off or I'll book you for resistance.
We have people sometimes urinating in public, fornicating in public, things like that. We'll address that immediately with arrest. Other things, if we can address it with warnings and make sure that it doesn't occur again, we prefer to do that.
On average, there are over 700 arrests each Mardi Gras season, mostly for small disturbances. When an arrest is made, the suspects are held in detention vans deployed around the French Quarter.
We have sufficient manpower down there to handle anything that happens, and for the most part, people down on Bourbon Street just have a good time.
But Bourbon Street has not completely cornered the market on Mardi Gras parties.
Oh, that is so neat! Hi, happy Mardi Gras!
One of the most lavish takes place in the city's Garden District. Each year, author Anne Rice plays host to friends and celebrities who come to celebrate the Bacchus Night Parade.
You can't say Mardi Gras decided to be here. It's like Mardi Gras grew out of what we are. Our love for getting together with loved ones, our love for spectacle, our love to show up, to dance, to listen to music. It's all there. It's all captured in Mardi Gras.
For actor Forrest Whitaker, it's a first-time Mardi Gras.
Oh, the people are great, man. Everybody's having such a blast. Everybody's being really open. It's really beautiful.
New Orleans resident Delta Burt feels there is a little child in all of us.
If you're grown up and you get excited about the balloon things and you're rolling around in the gutter to pick them up, that means that you're a kid and you're just happy and you're just having a good time.
After 364 days of preparation, it is the dawn of another Fat Tuesday. Today, both Rex and Zulu will roll through the streets of New Orleans. Traditionally, a Fat Tuesday parade slot is the most coveted. Rex has been marching on this day since 1872, Zulu since 1909. It's 6 a.m., and there are only 18 hours left before the official close of Mardi Gras. While the rest of America is still sleeping, the men and women of the Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club are continuing a tradition that has lasted 82 years.
You got me there.
The blackface, which is one of the things unique about Zulu, was created by the individuals that founded this organization because they could not afford to buy a mask. And that is our trademark.
Everybody say Zulu!
After a traditional breakfast, Zulu members board buses to the parade staging area. It is a peaceful time to reflect on the work behind them and the fun ahead. When Nick Harris and the other members arrive, there is still work to be done.
It's gonna be a beautiful day. I hope I have enough throws.
Zulu was the first integrated crew. They have about 380 members, but about 1,000 riders. And I bet more than a third of their riders are white, even though it's a black group. And they all wear blackface and white gloves, so you really can't tell the race of the person beneath the mask.
Anyone have brought any makeup? You brought the makeup?
Your Majesty, how are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well, thank you.
While the members of Zulu finish their preparations, the members of Rex are beginning to gather at the Claiborne Street Den. As the clock ticks closer to their 10 a.m. parade time, the den begins to buzz with excitement. Jack Weinman, chosen Rex of 1996, has lived the excitement of this morning over 40 times.
One of my friends asked me, said, what was the biggest thrill on Mardi Gras Day? And I replied, when the den doors opened and my float, the King's float, went out into the sunlight. All of a sudden, all this planning comes to fruition.
Your Majesty, today you rule over the monarchy of New Orleans. We, the former kings, would like to toast to you and wish you a glorious ride through your city. Hail Rex!
At 8:30 a.m., the parade begins to roll down Claiborne Avenue.
You're excited. You get more excited when you see the people below excited to see you.
Zulu is one of my favorite parades because I don't know of any organization that has more fun than Zulu. The floats hardly ever match the theme, and it really doesn't matter. It's a big parade. It's a gaudy parade. And of course, Zulu is famous for its golden coconut, and it is the most valuable throw you can get.
The coconut, for all its simplicity, is the most intricate of all Mardi Gras throws. The members of Zulu spend months at home shaving and handcrafting their coconuts. Each of the 27 crews within Zulu creates their own unique design.
This coconut was created back in the early 1900s as the official throw for Zulu. It's decorative, very creative in very different ways. It's unique in the sense that no other crew has it, but Zulu, it's our trademark.
Ironically, even though coconuts are the most valuable throws at Mardi Gras, by law, they cannot be thrown. It seems that so many people were hit by flying coconuts that the city created a law to protect the people on the receiving end. Today, all coconuts must be handed instead of tossed, but they remain one of Mardi Gras' most enduring symbols. The crew of Rex also has their own traditional throws called doubloons.
The doubloon started in 1960 and became an instant hit. People love to catch the doubloons. They look like a coin, the bright gold, and a shower of those will make the crowd really scramble to get them.
It's 12 hours before the close of Carnival, and the historic Rex Parade is on the streets. Although Rex is not the largest parade, it draws some of the biggest crowds. Everyone wants to get a look at the King of Mardi Gras.
New Orleans knows how to do this. They know how to do it with a minimum of trouble. I mean, thousands of people gather on St. Charles Avenue for these parades night after night, and we don't have any problems at all.
As Zulu winds down, the members pass out the last of the valued coconuts. Meanwhile, many parade watchers mill down to Bourbon Street to continue the party. There are only 6 hours left till the close of Mardi Gras, and thousands begin to pack the French Quarter for the final hours of Fat Tuesday.
Cold chili, wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Here, locals and tourists alike feast on Creole and Cajun cooking from some of the finest restaurants in the South. There are clear signs that this will be one of the biggest party nights of the year.
Mardi Gras 1998.
Meanwhile, across town, with just 4 hours left of the world's greatest party, dazzling sights and sounds fill a massive hall, the setting of the traditional Rex Ball.
The traditional balls are connected to the debutante season, and the highest honor a young woman could have is to be a maid or a queen of one of these balls.
The traditional close of the carnival season is when the King of Rex leaves his own ball to visit the King of Comus. It is a century-old tradition, but just because the Mardi Gras royalty has retired does not mean the party is over. As the final hours of Fat Tuesday tick away, the French Quarter pulsates with pure energy. Partygoers look to outdo each other with extreme and obscene acts, each more outrageous than the next.
I've never done anything like this before. It's pretty crazy.
There was a girl who was squirting him up. That's true. I saw 3 willies.
This is like the biggest, baddest, craziest party in like the whole world.
The French Quarter just has a lot of atmosphere.
A lot of human manure circulating on Bourbon Street, that's for sure.
I'm sitting here walking around with my jaw down saying this is unbelievable.
A lot of exposure.
Mardi Gras is chaos.
We've got everything out of our system, and now we're ready to get into a little more religion.
Mardi Gras officially ends at midnight on Tuesday, which is the beginning of Ash Wednesday, which is the beginning of Lent. It's our responsibility to go down and inform people on Bourbon Street that Mardi Gras is over and that Bourbon Street will be closed, and then we do what we call a sweep. What that entails is, first of all, our mounted division, and they lead a procession of police vehicles and sanitation vehicles. And we sweep the street clear of people, and then the sanitation people come in and begin their job of cleanup.
Up until a few years ago, we had one of the strangest success barometers in the world for Mardi Gras, and the city weighed all of the trash collected, and the more trash, the more successful Carnival was. It peaked out in, I think, 1984 with 2,000 tons of garbage. Now that we have recycling, we're not quite as messy as we used to be, but people used to get a really big kick out of measuring garbage to see how successful this event was.
As loud and crazy as New Orleans is on Mardi Gras, it is equally quiet and reverent on Ash Wednesday. Thousands of natives flock to the city's historic churches for Mass. Outside the church, the city is eerily quiet. Many people return to work knowing the next 40 days will be a penance for the celebration of Mardi Gras.
Welcome.
As he does after every carnival season, Jack Weinman returns from church on Ash Wednesday to relax with family and friends. This year, there are 3 generations of Weinmans recounting stories of Mardi Gras.
Little Mardi Gras. I don't consider it a pagan wildness. The entertainment that goes with the balls and the parades is so much a part of life here that New Orleans wouldn't be the same if it were not there.
The carnival is over. Now let's get back to the real part of it. Yeah.
Nick Harris, Director of Public Relations for Zulu, is also home relaxing. He is with his wife Claire and son Nicholas. Neither have seen much of Nick over the last 2 weeks.
I like that, that feeling, that rush and that you get when Carnival arrives, and then the next day you somewhat feel that emptiness because it's not necessary to do anything else right now. I'm complaining every Carnival. Oh, it's too much work here. This is too much, and this is too much. But actually, I love it.
It's a feeling of accomplishment, one that we had a great parade, one that we had a wonderful Mardi Gras, a safe one. Tired, but a good tired.
Sonny Bourret is retired to his Alexandra Street home to enjoy the peace and quiet of Lent.
The city always feels the same to me, whether it's Mardi Gras Day or not. There's just something very special about this city. This is a place that gets in your blood. You would never want to leave here once you live here.
But even on this day of rest, the driving mentality of every New Orleanian who grew up with Mardi Gras is clear.
You don't have the crowds screaming in your ear. They're still screaming in your heart, though. Parties must never end. It's got to keep continuing. That's part of New Orleans also. We will party at any excuse, at the drop of a hat. This morning we had to have our final breakfast together. And start planning next year. I mean, Mardi Gras is less than a year away.
As TLC continues its evening of the greatest, get to know the kings and queens of the flying trapeze. They've been defying death for decades. Now see what it's like to live life on the high wire. The Flying Wallendas, next from TLC.